he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Let's get off the field.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's get off the field. Sit. The field, D. Mike 55. Mike 55. Here we go, D. All day. D. Go.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, this is something we have seen before. Those super long-distance field goal attempts, you worry about trajectory of the ball because they've got to kick it so far they don't necessarily pop it up in the air real fast. And then you got to worry about your offensive line trying to get those hands down and out of the air so they do have an attempt to block it.
Yeah, and tough to tell, but you just know from this distance over 60 yards, it's going at a low angle.
It has to start off just so it has the distance to get there. But the harder job, I think, is for the guys trying to protect. Because ordinarily you just protect and don't worry about it. But here you know it's going to be a lower trajectory kick. How do you get those hands out of those lanes and get them down?
The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. On first and 10, here's Locke. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Into the red zone, it's Locke. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Love. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 5 yards will get him back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10. Now Locke. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. Now the Redskin offense will stay out there and go for 2. They look to throw. It's Locke. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Last time, they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field, it's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now a handoff here to his running back. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Hey. You got 3 down. General, flash. Watch the scene. Whip. Watch the whip. Hey, check. 24. Sheriff. I 7, let's go. Ready, go.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jordan. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Chopper.
They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jordan. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Able to find Isabella. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 16-yard touchdown. Here the Cardinals push further out in front. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Clock now on 1st down. And the catch made by Hopkins. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw it is Locke. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
152 fighter. Hey, Delta. Get it.
Locke going to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Check, 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 check. Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now a handoff looking right. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One final try for Locke. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly